Hey everyone, how's it going today? I'm back and I've got some really interesting stuff happening over the next couple of weeks. I have so much stuff I want to make. I can't wait to share it all with you, okay? So again, thanks for all the support. Please like and subscribe down below. It helps more people see the videos and get into Illuvium, which is what we all want, all right? Now, today's video is going to be about a proposal and some discussion and things that have happened around receiving SILV as revenue distribution rewards. Okay, I've made up a really nice flowchart where I'm going to go through this and just tell you exactly the pros and cons of if this happens, okay? It's a good and bad thing, but overall, I personally think it would be a really good thing, but I'm going to give you the tools you need to make up your own decision. All right, let's get into it. All right, everyone. So again, this proposal is just talking about how revenue distribution might be able to claim as SILV. Before this, the only way to get SILV was through staking rewards. That was it, okay? Now that is good in a lot of ways, but in terms of token price, it's actually quite a negative outcome. I'm about to explain that, and I've made a flowchart that should explain this really well. I'm hoping it's so good I won't even need to speak. All right, but let's dive right on into it, okay? So this right here, I know it looks overwhelming at first. If you want, you can kind of ignore a lot of the green stuff, but this is what the tokenomics would look like if you could not claim SILV as rewards. Okay, you have the staking rewards at the top, and once you claim them, you can claim your SILV and then spend that. And as I've said before, every bit of SILV you spend will burn the exact same amount in ILV. And as the supply decreases, the token price increases. Okay, so that's overall a good thing, but a little bit of a long-term play. Now, in the current system, SILV can only be gotten from staking rewards. That will end in 3 years. And even before that does, that really isn't that much just SILV in general. Most people wouldn't expect more than 200,000 to 300,000 SILV to be gained and then burnt from this. And yeah, so this system works great, but there's a big problem at the bottom here. Okay, so market cap is added from outside the system and it enters the game. That's the benefit of revenue distribution, is it adds that to the current income for the game. It boosts the token price because the Illuvium market the Illuvium company is forced, that's part of this system, is forced to buy ILV from the market. Now, for token price to go up, people buy. For it to go down, they sell. It's more complex than that, but that's the simplest way to say it. Okay, so the more market cap is added from Ethereum and things and spent inside the game, the higher the token price goes, because Illuvium buys ILV with that money. It's really simple. However, you have this section at the bottom. When they receive rewards, they receive ILV. At the moment, that's all they can ever receive. Okay, which leaves them with two realistic options. They can either stake the ILV and try and get more revenue distribution and things like that. Or, I mean, a lot of people have expenses in their lives, paying off mortgages, buying cars, buying things. They can't leave all their money in crypto forever. Okay, so their other option is to sell. Okay, all that .USD that was just added to the token is now going to be taken away, or at least however much isn't staked. That is the main other logical way to go about this. So they sell it, but the problem is that if they want to use their ILV revenue distribution to play the game, this is their only choice. They have to sell ILV, cause sell pressure on the token, and keep its price lower than it could be, and take some profit probably, but if they're anything like me, they would be using this to play the game. or to pay their scholars and things like that. And this is going to be a big deal because everyone's going to want to play this game and not everyone's going to have the money to. And the only way that they're going to get the money from all the whales is the whales are going to get revenue distribution and then sell off the ILV token. And the ILV token will dip hard all the time. It'll stay really low. Well, it'll go up, but very slowly. Okay? Because they need to take this, turn it into Ethereum, and then spend it back in the game. Now, here's the proposition and why it makes such a big difference. Because if you take the Illuvium buying from the market and giving it to people in SILV, okay, then the SILV can be spent and it burns ILV from the supply. But the best part about it is it skips that section at the bottom. It skips the sell pressure because they've received SILV and now they're not selling ILV anymore. They're actually spending it in the game. Now, the big downside to this, and it might concern a lot of people, I personally think it's great in the long run, but those that are a bit more short-sighted on this project, and that's fine. Everyone has different goals in mind. Perfectly fine. This will mean less revenue distribution in the short term, because as more ILV is burned, less tokens are circulating, more distribution for the rest of us. Okay? And even though it reduces the amount of revenue distribution, one good thing it does is it increases the value of the ILV token. Okay? You might be receiving less in revenue distribution, but what you're not receiving in RevDis, you're making up for in just the pure crypto gains of your tokens going 10, 20x over 5 or 10 years. Okay? A token's almost 2K at the moment. It's dipped a bit today. If it went 10x, look, I'm gonna throw you something really interesting. The market cap at the moment is close to 1 billion. If the game made 8 billion, okay, in a year, very possible if you ask me, it's a bit extreme. Okay, let's say it made 5 billion in 1 year, okay? And we had this section in the middle so that people didn't need to sell their tokens to play the game. Some probably still would, don't get me wrong. But let's say that 5 billion went into the market cap. 1 billion plus 5 billion equals 6. That's a 5x just because this was put in place. Less revenue distribution, but you could sell your tokens. You could, if you bought 6 tokens, you could now sell one of them, and now you're playing with house money. And we will have those initial profit takings where people are trying to get out their initial investment, and then the price is going to moon. All right, that's what I really truly believe. So that is the big difference that happens, is you close the gameplay loop completely. This doesn't actually go, but if I were to delete this, you can see that they only cause sell pressure if they want to take profit. If they want to play the game, they do nothing to the token price. And the token going up is quite good because a lot of people bought quite low. But yeah, so this is kind of how I'm viewing it. All right. I hope you guys took something away from this. I've got a lot of stuff in the works coming up, so you're definitely going to want to be subscribed. I'm looking at how many tokens you might need to be a millionaire. I'm looking at the price versus revenue distribution for these sorts of statistics. I've got a few sliders and things I'm messing around with so that I can see if you take a certain amount of SILV, then you're going to make this much money and stuff like that. It's hard to explain, but my calculator is quite over the top, so I like using this flowchart to kind of describe this better. And I've decided in the future for my calculator sort of stuff, I'm going to use charts as much as I can. I'm a bit new at that sort of stuff in Excel. I've always had trouble with it, but I'm having some luck with it lately. So if you're interested in seeing that and seeing my analysis in chart form, as well as some of the other stuff if you want, please leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.